Generation X. In general terms, those born between 1965 and 1980. Latchkey kids. Independent. Existentialism. Modern philosophy focusing on personal experience, human ability, and responsibility in an otherwise meaningless universe. We're the cause. This is the effect. We're the Gen-X-istentialists. It's time for the Gen-X-istentialists podcast. My name's Scott.
And I'm Bunny.
And we are here to get you rowdy and get you going on this episode of the Gen-X-istentialists. How will we do that, you ask? By spinning Mega Wheel the Magnificent. Mega Wheel is hefty. She has 1,450 some odd questions on her.
Big bones.
Big bones. And everything here is extemporaneous. We will pull the question. We will answer it from a Gen X perspective. And Bunny, the first question is this. What are two things you know you should know how to do, but don't?
Two things I should know how to do, but don't.
Yes.
I should know how to fix my own toilet. You know, like the little ball float and all that jazz in the back.
The flapper.
The flapper, yeah. The last time I went to pick up something.
You have to say it with a Boston.
Oh, the
flapper.
All right. The last time I went to pick one up, they don't have the ball anymore. It's like it's a whole other piece of engineering now. So I'm doubly behind the curve there. And I don't know how to change the oil on my current car. Really? I have a feeling it's probably I have to remove 87 pieces to get to the part where I can change my oil because it's a new car. So I forget what it was, whether it was a forklift or a car. I remember years ago talking to one of the technicians I worked with, and there was obviously the drain port for the oil pan, but the way it was built, if you pulled that plug, the initial stream of oil would come out and hit a piece that went across that was part of the frame. Of course.
You couldn't avoid it.
Of course. So it went all over you and everything else. So,
it was fascinating. And the thing that I learned is that, engineers design cars and forklifts. And often they're given the MO, like compress things.
Sure.
We want the engine to take up less space. We want more room for the people in the operator compartment, things like that. And so stuff gets put behind other stuff, and there's no thought given to the person that will work on the stuff at home, if it's a car, to the technician in the field that has to change a drive unit. And they realize out in the field that, the way things are connected, I have to take the mast off to take the drive unit off and replace it.
They want you to take it back to the dealership. So they can soak you for the rest of eternity on top of... Yeah,
although there was, and if anybody out there that knows forklifts will know exactly what I'm talking about, there was the option to take the forks off, and if you had a hand jack, you could lift the mast up and just roll it out on that.
No one knows what you're talking about.
One person out there might. Okay. Anyway, there was a way to do it in the field, but it still wasn't the safest because balancing a mast on a hand jack, you can. Do you really want to?
Just pick it up and put it on the side. Just pick it up and hold on to it while you do it.
Doing it with a gantry, probably a little bit more safe. Two things I should know, but I don't. I should know how to swim. I do not. I should know more about home recording. I know a lot, but I am not using the tools I've got to the greatest extent of their features, partially because I get really impatient. And the only stuff I record here at home is demos. And I do this podcast. I know enough to get by, but I really should be more. I should know more of the in-depth workings. Yeah. And it's just sheer laziness. That's why I don't. So, and I'm fine with admitting that. I don't care. And I'm going to spin Mega Wheel of Magnificent and see what else we can come up with. That's always a tough thing, like trying to admit the things that you don't know.
You can't know everything. I mean, that's why
That's the symbiosis of living in the world that we live in today.
Yeah.
There's always somebody that knows how to do what you don't, and that's how they make their living.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
you know something other people don't, so that's how you make your living.
Yeah.
So it all works out just fine.
Like, am I going to do any plumbing work? No. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, the most I could do is maybe change the flapper in the toilet.
Hey, I'll call you next time.
Yeah.
I should spin old Mega Wheel one more time.
Okay. We are giving Mega Wheel of Magnificent a spin to see what kind of wonders we can come up with. She's spinning. She's slowing down. Oh my God, it's a long one.
All right.
Okay. Do you think the concept of a bucket list has changed for people now that virtual experiences can replicate so many adventures?
Virtual experiences cannot replicate adventures. Not yet.
But
I
you
mean,
can
we're
be at the
coming
top of Everest. You don't
I
have to
sure
worry about a
could.
base camp.
Yeah, I sure could. But I mean, come on now. We have a VR headset at home. And we've done the whole, it's a walking tour of Angkor Wat, it's there in Bali, blah, blah, blah. And it's wonderful to see. But it's not the same thing.
I've never tried one. I've never done any
next time
VR
you're
stuff.
over, we'll have to give it a whirl.
Okay.
I just don't think it can replace real experiences. Not yet.
Right.
So that's my answer there.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think if you got something on a bucket list, part of the reason that you've got it on there is because you want the experience. Mm-hmm. You want the actual feeling of being somewhere, touching things, doing stuff. So I don't think VR or any kind of computerized means can replicate that.
No, not yet. Maybe in the future. Hopefully in the future.
Yeah, until I can smell the place I'm at, I'm probably not interested.
That's true.
So we are giving Mega Wheel the Magnificent another spin. And our topic is... I know what both our answers are going to be on this. Can true love exist without sacrifices?
No.
Yeah,
No.
Agreed. No.
I mean, and sacrifice is a weird word.
It's a weird way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best way to put it is compromises, not sacrifices. Because if you're sacrificing over and over and over again, it's not really true love then, is it? I mean, the true... I don't know. The truth about love is that love is a compromise. It's people giving up a little bit each way to meet in the middle. Because that's what's important, is that, keeping that balance. So
love is about a willingness to compromise. Mm-hmm. It is some sacrifice in that I think love asks you to sacrifice a little bit of yourself for the greater good, the greater love. And it's a good sacrifice, because most of the time I think, especially with regard to love, what you're sacrificing are the things that you didn't need anyway.
Wow.
The things that you didn't actually truly want as part of your life.
Yeah, I mean, you're sacrificing potential.
Yeah.
But potential is a ghost.
Yeah.
It doesn't really exist. There's no guaranteeing that, if I give up my life of whatever to come live with so-and-so,
right, I'm
giving up, this amazing world. Yeah, I mean, you don't know. I mean, you could be giving up living in squalor for all you know.
Right. Absolutely.
What the hell do you know? So I got a rapid fire for you.
Okay.
And this is right up your alley. It's all about fashion.
What?
Fashion, baby.
I don't know a thing about fashion.
Scott has his own fashion. So
we're
gonna see what he has to say.
Something like that.
And these seem to be, moving around the 80s and 90s fashion, of course.
Okay.
The Gen X fashion. So parachute pants or flannel shirts?
Oh, I had a pair of parachute pants, but I got to go flannel shirts.
Oh my gosh, did you really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I am unfamiliar with this. I'll come back to that.
It was like 5th or 6th grade,
really?
Or maybe 7th. I don't remember when they were big. Yeah.
How did I miss this?
Yeah, I had a pair.
Scrunchies or headbands?
I would go scrunchies.
Okay. Members only jacket or windbreaker?
Windbreaker.
Acid wash jeans or stone wash jeans?
Stonewashed.
Jelly shoes or Keds?
Keds, because I would
Yeah, Keds.
Converse, Chuck Taylor, or Reebok pumps?
Reebok, because Chucks don't have any arch support. I mean, how anybody can wear those without like their feet hurting just is beyond me.
Camo pants or cargo shorts?
Ooh. Can I get like the blue camo?
Like I said, Scott has his own fashion.
Yeah, if I can do camo, but in any color, but like the typical ones, like the hot pink camo, I would wear the shit out of hot pink camo if they made it in like men's sizes.
How about chokers or beaded necklaces?
I always thought I looked sexy in a choker, but I'm going to go with beaded necklaces.
Right. Mullets or bowl cuts?
Mullets.
All right. Ponytail or bangs?
Ponytail.
All right. So, okay, we have to go back to the parachute pants.
I just want to bring up again, most of those were like female fashion things.
Sure, but what do you appreciate?
Well, see, that's not how I answered them. I answered them all as like, what would I wear? So, I would look terrible with bangs, so I went with the ponytail. But I appreciate bangs on women. Sometimes the sexiest thing a woman can have, like, is a terrible example, but for a very brief time, I remember seeing like pictures in some newspaper or magazine in a dentist's office or something. Like Emma Watson had bangs for a very short time, and she's cute. She's, for her age and everything, she's cute. This is maybe 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. So she's legal and everything, not looking at a kid, but she had bangs and she looked stunning with bangs. Other than that, she's just
the 90s murdered bangs. I mean, for girls, it's rare you find a girl with bangs anymore.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because
it really is.
Especially if you've got the right like eye shape, bangs just set things off. They're amazing.
Okay, so we're gonna go backwards just a little bit here.
Okay,
you're not a fan of Chuck Taylors.
I love the fact that you can get Chuck Taylors in so many colors and everything, and I've tried to wear Chucks, but there's just not enough support. I need some arch support just from a sheer pragmatic point of view. They suck.
See, I have flat feet. That's something that not a lot of people know about me. So Chuck Taylors were my go-to.
Are fine for you.
Yeah, because anything with an arch in them, I was aching. You know?
See, I'm just the opposite. Yeah.
Okay. Acid wash jeans versus stone wash jeans.
I'll take either one as long as they're not really blue. As long as, like, if I could get my jeans almost white with just a hint of blue, I would do that.
Like that periwinkle blue color.
Yeah, And
you're more of a windbreaker guy than a members only jacket.
I always thought the members only jackets look kind of like, how do I want to put this? Like, I couldn't take somebody seriously if they were wearing a members only jacket.
They were very of the time.
Yeah.
Very of the time. And then parachute pants. You had a pair of parachute pants.
I did.
I've known you since 5th grade, and I have never seen you in parachute pants.
I think I only wore them 2 or 3 times because they weren't really comfortable. They had zippers all over the place, and like trying to sit in a chair with them was like uncomfortable.
All right.
And they were very hot because they weren't like denim or
they're that sort of
like almost a plasticky kind of material.
Right.
But they were all the rage there in that Michael Jackson phase of things.
Yeah. I am guilty of doing some bad Michael Jackson fashion myself. So I get it.
That's where that came from.
All right.
And the chokers and beaded necklaces.
What color were the parachute pants? I'm assuming black.
No, they were gray.
They were gray.
Gray.
Going out with a gray parachute pant.
Yeah.
Not what I would assume.
Yeah.
Scott parachute pant.
I don't remember getting beat up once for wearing them. It was just because a lot of people had them.
Sure.
So it wasn't that off.
Okay.
But it just, like, for everyday use, it just wasn't comfortable.
All right.
So,
And you're a scrunchy guy versus a headband for girls.
Girls or guys, either one. Because scrunchies, if they're the right color and stuff, and you can pull it off.
Yeah, it's a nice fashion accessory.
Yeah. And I never thought, like, especially when girls wear those like really thin headbands.
Oh yeah,
like when they're exercising and stuff.
Plastic ones or whatever.
Yeah, it just kind of looks weird.
Yeah,
and like they're trying to wear a tiara, but they're trying to be active, It's just like, no, just wear a headband.
Take that, ladies.
You're trying to keep sweat out of your eyes. Just wear a freaking headband. I mean, come on.
Scott's a misogynist about.
I am not.
about
Actually,
headbands.
I probably.
I'm just joking.
No, I'm looking over here because I wear sweatbands when I play to keep my hands from getting wet from sweat. I'm almost certain I've got a neon pink headband over here that came with a couple like wristbands I've got. I'll look in our next break and see if I've got something fun to wear during the next
fashion.
show. Yeah, me and fashion, baby. We're just like two peas in a pod.
Hot pink camo shorts. There you go.
Well, here's the thing. I had camo pants and a bunch of camo stuff because I used to like to go back in the woods and stuff, and we'd build forts and different things. And that was the thing. You wanted to wear camo stuff because usually it was a little bit heavier. It was more canvas. You know, if you walked through a sticker bush, you probably weren't going to get as hurt. But like when camo became fashionable, it got weird.
Yeah, that was like a 90s thing, really. I know when camo got fashionable there for a minute.
Yeah, but like the blue camo you could get,
okay,
I always thought that stuff looked really cool. But I never bought any because I was like, where would I wear this? Like maybe on stage if I was with the right kind of band? I don't know. And like the white, like wintertime camo looks kind of cool. But then I saw some women with like the pink camo. I'm like, that is straight out of a Twisted Sister video. That looks freaking amazing. I would wear that in a heartbeat.
Oh, there you go.
And this is me as a 51, almost 52-year-old guy going, yeah, you give me some pink camo stuff, I'm going to fucking wear it because it just, why not? You know, what have I got to lose at this point?
See, you didn't think you'd have anything to say about fashion. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. There's my statement. Give me some pink camo, baby. And we are going to spin Mega Wheel of Magnificent and see if we can find some other way to embarrass me terribly here on the Gen-X-istentialists podcast. If you would like to get in touch with us at the show, wherever you're listening to this, by all means, do drop us a comment. We will find
it. Send us something.
Tell us what you think. Tell us your favorite fashion trend. We got another one on 80s music videos.
All right.
Who do you think had the most creative 80s music videos overall?
Duran.
Really?
Yeah.
Most creative?
Mm-hmm.
Not Peter Gabriel?
No. I mean, Peter Gabriel had some... He didn't have the volume of music videos that Duran
Fair.
did. But you give me a Union of the Snake or a Please Please Tell Me Now or...
Is there something
Wild
I should know?
Boys, yeah. I mean, the whole bit. They're all bizarre.
Yes. Yeah.
Just truly bizarre. So,
I
mean, The Chauffeur. How arty is that?
Yeah.
It even had tits in it.
I can't dog the pick because I love Duran.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go with Peter Gabriel.
Okay.
And nothing wrong with either choice, but you know, you are kind of right because Peter's kind of, I'm hanging my hat on Sledgehammer.
Sure.
And the couple others he had, like Big Time, was the same
thing, yeah.
Doing the same kind of
Shock
stuff.
the Monkey, don't forget that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you know, you're probably right. Duran just kind of has that little edge.
Oh, it's wild fantasy worlds and Duran videos. So
yeah, okay, yeah, I can move back and go with Duran.
Hooray! I win the podcast.
Tell him what his prize is.
Nothing.
Another spin on Mega Wheel of Magnificent.
Oh boy. Song that never ends.
Oh my God, it's another long one.
All right.
Okay. Wow, this is insane. Which historical figure would you bring forward into today's world, and how do you think they'd adapt to modern society?
Well, I can tell you, any of them that I would bring forward would not adapt well.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would.
Who would I bring forward? Hadrian for a laugh.
Wow.
Why don't you finish that wall, Hadrian? Why don't you do your job, Hadrian? Sorry. How about you?
Nikola Tesla.
Okay.
Partly to see how his name's been taken in vain
by this car company.
By that horrible metal band.
and the metal band. I think he would be thoroughly confused by both.
I think he'd be very flattered.
I think he would be confused, but also so that he could see how many things he thought of and thought could be are.
Sure.
I think he would be fascinated by looking at the world, and I would want to have him here so I could set him up in a room with all the equipment he'd need and say, okay, keep going. With where we're at right now, keep going. Show us the way.
All right. There you go.
I think that would be fascinating.
Haha.
Should we roll one more?
Of course.
Okay. We're going to spin Mega Wheel of Magnificent one more time for this show. See what we can go out on. Hopefully something incredibly positive. Come on, Meg. Come on, Meg. It's a thoroughly 80s day. Which 80s pop star would you want as your karaoke duet partner?
Wow. That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
There are so many to choose from back in the day. And I can't think of her name. I'm stuck here. Miami Sound Machine girl.
Gloria Estefan.
Gloria Estefan. Bring her on. I think she'd be a blast to be on stage with and sing. I could not think of her name to save my life for some reason. But I'm like, yeah, bring on some Miami Sound Machine. That would be a blast. How about you?
Full on Cyndi Lauper.
All right.
Just because I think she just seems like she would be so much fun to hang out with and talk to.
You think she'd overpower you?
Oh, absolutely, because I am not a good singer, but I would picture like us going up and doing a duet of Time After Time would just be like the experience of a lifetime. I think it would be so much fun, and I think it would just be fantastic to like get to hang out with her for a little bit.
Very cool.
Because she's so intelligent. She's such a cool person. She's got such an amazing voice. It would just be amazing to do karaoke with her. Awesome. And I hate karaoke. I loathe karaoke. The entire concept of it just like gnaws at my soul. But yeah, that would be a blast.
Got to have some fun, like Cyndi Lauper said.
Karaoke's not fun though.
It is though.
It's
hilarious.
Weird. I kind of file it under the same place as like Rock Band and
see, he's such a purist about this stuff. He's like, oh, you're not actually playing the guitar, so it's not real.
No, it's not a purist.
It's not your song. You're just singing somebody else's song. It's not real.
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, if you're going to do a cover, that's fine. It's just it's so far removed from reality.
That's just people having fun.
I know, and that's cool.
It's like masturbating. It's like,
And on that note, this has been the Gen-X-istentialists.
You got to do what you got to do to get through the night, kids. Sing some karaoke or beat off. Whatever works for you.
I'm not sure what I want to spend this evening doing now. Maybe I need... Can you do both at the same time?
Bring on Gloria Estefan.
We'll answer that question and more on the next episode of the Gen-X-istentialists podcast. Until next time, my name's Scott.
And I'm Bunny.
I would say have a good one, but my God, we'll see you next time.
Rub one out.